episode 99.
Yep.
So the next one we get all excited.
Oh, yeah.
Unless we just want to make this like a celebration week, instead of celebration episode.
We can do whatever. Have a beer, Coop.
I'm thinking about it here.
Let's get you into, you know.
Well, are you the natural ice?
Yeah, I got Natty Ice. What kind of beer do we have here?
I can't do PBR.
We have Natty Ice. Can Koopa have an ice house?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh.
All the good beer.
More alcohol.
Drinking with 3 guys in a punk rock band and 2 people that like punk rock. You're going to drink that beer. You will not be drinking like, I don't know, good beer.
Good beer. MGD.
Can we brew our own beer and call it good beer, but G-U-D, good beer?
Good beer.
Good beer? Good beer.
Good beer. We brew our own good beer.
Yeah.
We'll totally get sued for using the blimp. The good beer blimp. Oh.
That was fucking horrible, but yes.
I'm your singer. I write lyrics.
Oh, God.
Good beer. The song's about zombies. Yeah, they're zombies. Drink good beer. Good beer. Good beer. G-U-T-E. Good beer.
Beer.
Good beer.
Cheap. Cheap. Okay. Brian, whenever you want to go, I believe.
Welcome to Podstache 99. One away from 100. Justin's on a roller coaster. Straight ahead of me is
Koopa!
To my left is
Christopher Lee.
To my right,
Justin Shank.
we have a plethora of people here.
Pass that shit around.
First we have,
Brianna.
then we have,
Dan.
then we have,
David Lee.
no relation, then we have,
Nick.
hi, Nick. What's your last name now?
I'm telling you. My last name's in like 4.
So what were we talking about? Man toucher?
Man toucher, old man. Old man toucher.
Yeah.
We should probably like state what man toucher comes from. It's a man who likes to touch. No, because we used to watch To Catch a Predator for like fun.
A lot.
A lot. And Chris Hansen's like, "Hello, man toucher 59. You say I'm a man and I like to touch." No wait. Are you a man who touches?
Yeah.
Or are you a man toucher? What was it? God damn it.
Why don't you be a man who touches me?
Yeah. You say I'm a man and I like to touch.
Yeah, there was a period of time where I would I would just watch them back to back to back to back to back to back.
It's late night TV viewing, man.
Yeah.
If you're in a hotel, the only thing on TV late at night that I've come across is either To Catch a Predator or Locked Up.
That's depressing.
Like, well, seriously, like anytime I've stayed in a hotel, like no matter where I'm at, if you turn on TV, because if you're in a hotel, you're not going to turn in by like 8:00. You know, and I'm going to bed at like 1 and I turn on the TV and it's always Locked Up Raw.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm a prison rapper. Yo, beat don't gonna stand. It's like angry men. Or it's like, man toucher 59. Like,
Or like, what would you do? You ever seen it? Like Channel 7, like they'll do like the hidden camera thing. Like, what would you do if?
I haven't seen that.
No?
No.
Oh, just me.
What would you do? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Big bag of Doritos.
Big bag of
What would Jesus do?
It's not a TV show. It's your inner dialogue.
What would I do? No, but we had like an ongoing man toucher joke because of that. And I think the first joke was we were playing Scrabble the one night.
Mm-hmm.
And
We were really big into Scrabble for a while.
yeah, when I was living there, we were big into
Yeah.
Scrabble. When I used to live with Brian and Chris.
You're getting used to live with
I
us.
hit a Belky poster. I lived with Brian and Chris for like 3 months. And their mom. Yeah, because we were playing Scrabble. And we were like, I forget what we established at some point because one of us thought we could play the word man toucher.
Yeah.
Well, and that was the Scrabble rule. If you can play the one word, man toucher, you win every Scrabble game for the night by default. Because it's so hard to do.
The Trump word.
Pretty much, yeah, man toucher, yeah.
Lots of touch.
But that was my Halloween costume that same year. When I was in Art of the Flesh still, and we played a Halloween party in DeKalb at the, what was that, Satan House or whatever?
Yeah.
Satan House, yeah. And like, I was wearing like a barf brown cardigan and like a white shirt and like khakis and nice dress shoes, and I had my hair all short. And Brian was dressed as a Backstreet Boy that year, so he was in like all white. But like at one point, like I was just creeping on random people all night, like anybody. But like, if I could creep out guys, it was even better. So I'd walk up next to a guy and be like, "Oh, hello, how are you?" You know. Like, but Brian sat on some bench, and I like, if you can put the camera, you can see this.
Oh.
I literally sat down next to Brian like this. Oh, hello. He, like instantly, you could feel him go like this. And I just started asking him like questions, like, "Oh, so what's your costume?" "Oh, I'm a Backstreet Boy." "Oh, backside boys." Like, I like to touch. Like, you got so uncomfortable. You told me to go away. Like, you literally just sat there like this for like 5 minutes. You're like, "Can you just go away?" Like, probably because I was cock blocking you pretty hard too, though.
I was gonna go for that guy, but he's gay.
Man, touch.
Like to touch.
I was speaking of cock blocking. Ultimate. I think it was last Halloween. We went up to this big like Bourbon Street or something like that. And I remember Eric, like all night he was complaining and bitching, and finally he stopped bitching because he was talking to a woman. And for some reason I had like just watched Michael Jackson's Dirty Diana, and I don't know why it popped in my head, but I looked at her and go, "You're just like Dirty Diana." She just looked at me, looked at him, and walked away. I was like, "Come on, dude, let's have some fun."
Couple dudes having a good time.
Looks like we're flying solo, eh, Goose?
I don't know why that came up.
It's good.
So I don't know if any of you guys have been to Chicago like recently.
Never.
At all. Okay, so I went out to. You say never? All right, fair enough. So I went out there. It was Saturday night. I was gonna go meet up with some friends, and then I was gonna go see a show because I thought the Cubby Bear only existed in the city.
No, there's a north.
Yeah, there's many Cubby Bears, which I ended up finding out. So yeah. So like I'm like, oh, I'll go see the show, and then I look it up and I'm like, oh, there's no show. So, but I still have people who I knew out there. So I went out there. I hit some sneaky tikis. It was good. And
Hello, I'm a man.
sneaky tiki.
Sneaky tiki?
Sneaky tiki 52 said.
I'm sneaky and tiki.
But yeah, so I stayed out there, ate a shit ton of food, and then spent the night out there. And then I needed to catch the train in the because I took the train out there. So that night I drank a shit ton of whiskey and all these other different drinks.
Sneaky tikis.
Yeah, sneaky tikis. I had 2 sneaky tikis and then some sort of like rum chata martini thing. It was fucking great. Oh, dude. It was I'm just so tired.
You look safe.
What?
That was nice.
You're quirky. So I spent the night at my one friend's house. And she's like, "Yeah, I can drive you to Union Station in the morning." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like, she's like, "Yeah, I have work at 9." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like, I need to catch the 10:30 train, so I can be back here at a reasonable time, so I can go to my dad's at a decent time the next day. So we wake up plenty early, which is great. And then we're headed to work, or she's headed to work, and she's driving me and stuff like that. And then as we're driving along, she's like, "Yeah, I'm not driving to Union Station." I'm like what? She's like, "Yeah, it's kind of like a big hassle to like go all the way to Union Station. It's kind of like not right by my work." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So like I'm quickly like pulling up like Google Maps like on my phone. I'm like, "Okay, fuck." So like I'm like, "Okay, like where we're at right now, I'm about 5 miles away." Okay. So then she pulls it. She's like, "Okay." Well, she's like, "Well, you wanna get coffee before you try and catch the train?" And I look at my phone, 3.9 miles away, and it's 9:20.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, I should probably pass on coffee. So run. Yeah, it's 9:20.
Tuck and roll.
So I basically start. So I'm just like doing like the speed walk, or like the woman like doing like the 3-day breast cancer walk, where I'm just like, my arms are going and all that shit. It's like, okay, right on, and like I'm just kind of like brisk walk. Now it's pretty sunny at this point. I don't have a hair. I don't have a hair tie. My hair is down. I'm wearing a flannel, a shirt, jeans, and Harley boots.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not proper walking attire. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like looking at my phone, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. Well, as long as I catch like like one of the red lines or something like that, I should be okay. So like I can't fucking find one for the life of me. And then finally like I find like the blue line that's underneath, and I'm just like, okay. I'm like looking at the map. And I'm like, while I'm looking at the map, I'm losing more time.
Hello, looking for the brown line?
So I'm just like, fuck. So then, by the time, I look at my phone, I still have about 2 miles left.
Yeah.
And it's 10 o'clock. I'm like, fuck. So basically, I start running.
Yeah.
So I'm running to fucking Union Station in Harley boots.
Were your boots tied tightly?
Tight-ish. But I didn't want to tie my shoes because that was going to slow me down even more.
I would say if they're tighter, it'd be better. Because they're
Yeah.
not flopping around in your feet and shit.
Yeah. Well, yes. Yes, you do. So, like, I'm running like, fuck. So I'm getting, I'm making pretty good time. So then finally it's getting closer and closer, to like 10:30 because the train leaves at 10:30. Like it's,
Right.
Fate wasn't on my side to where the train's running late that day, So like I'm running, I'm hauling ass, and then like my feet, I'm just like, oh man, my feet fucking hurt, dude, and I'm just sweating more and more because I hadn't had anything to drink that day. I'm still hungover and I'm just dehydrated as fuck. And these people are just probably looking at me like I'm fucking
Just
crazy.
see a bomb grab.
See, I love this. Like, your motivation is awesome. If she would have said, like, well, I'm not dropping you off at Union Station, like, all right, I'll sleep in your car while you go to work.
It's like it's a day in the city.
Yeah, like, yeah. Okay,
So
go
like,
ahead.
so it's getting closer and closer down. I was like, oh fuck. So, and then finally, and then I get to arriving at Union Station. It's about 10:26. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make it. And like I'm running. My feet are fucking killing me. I'm just like, man, I'm fucking thirsty. I'm like, so I finally get to Union Station. It's 10:27. There's a fucking drink machine there. I'm like, I'm really thirsty. So I get out my wallet and I put in $1. I'm like, oh, water. I'm like, oh fuck, water's $1.75. So I'm like, I'll get a Gatorade. And like I put in the $1. It's like Gatorade's $2. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like doing this thing. Like I'm hurrying and like I'm trying to like uncrumple like the dollar bill and like put it in there. And finally, I get the second dollar bill in there. The Gatorade comes out. I'm like fucking running. And then obviously one of the guys who works there, because he sees me fucking running like a fucking bat out of hell. He's like, "What train you looking for?" I'm like, "Where's Elgin?" He's like, "Other side of the station." I'm like, "Fuck!" so I'm running. He's like, "You got 5 seconds." I'm like, "Shit!" So like I'm hauling ass down there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, here, doo-doo, doors are closing. I'm like, "Shit!" And then like I hop out. Like I made it as the doors were fucking closing. I'm like, "This is for Elgin, right?" He's like, "You betcha." I'm like, "Yes!" I fucking plopped down on my fucking seat, dude. I was fucking just sweating, dude. And you can like, if I were to show you guys, my feet were so fucking blistered from running.
I would
in
imagine,
dude. Like I like the whole next day, I was walking like I got fucked in the ass. Like I was just like whole like on eggshells. Dude,
Your shoulders get all tense when you walk. Like,
my ass. Dude, it was like, yeah, my feet were fucking like blistered as shit. But I made the train.
Well, it's like, remember that one day when we were going to see Decapitated, and none of us. The only person in our group of like fucking 20 people that went to the show, the only person that bought a ticket ahead of time was Dave.
And it was earlier that day.
Yeah. But me, you, and Dave, remember we caught the train to Chicago, and we're like, all right, whatever. What was it, at the Metro, or was the show the Metro or something?
It was the Metro.
We're like, all right, we gotta catch the Brown line to the Metro, and we're like, cool. So we got off the Metro train. We're going to find the Brown line, and it's like, this entrance closed for construction. We're like, oh, okay, well, we can just follow the line and get the next entrance. So we're walking, and we get to the next entrance, and the next entrance is closed. We're like, oh, well, we'll keep going, Next entrance is closed, and we literally followed the fucking Brown line tracks all the way to the red line, which was 3 miles. At one point, we actually hopped a fence into like an alley full of like hobo dens, and like we're all wearing boots again too, and we didn't know where we were at.
Yeah.
We were lost, and this is when this is before smartphones, so like all we had was like flip phones. None of those had GPS or anything, so we were just like at that point we were literally stuck. Where we're like, well, we have to follow the Brown line tracks because they're gonna take us where we need to be.
Oh, that's right. Well,
And then
you mean we were?
Didn't we end up in a jewel?
yeah, we
Yeah.
went. Well, after we jumped through the bum alley, we like found the jewel. So we're like, all right, we need water because we've been walking for like 2 miles. So we like all kind of drank and stopped, and we walked like another mile and a half. We were all very tired, and everyone that was there, they all took a fucking taxi.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What are you guys doing?" Like, we walked the whole Brown line. Like, and we get there, and they're like, "Yeah, you guys aren't gonna believe this." We're like, "Oh, so the show's sold out." We weren't happy. Dave was happy though. Well, because Dave was the only person that had a ticket.
But that sucks, though. I had that issue with Dragon Force when I was in Vancouver. Like, what was it? John and Nomi were going to pick up a ticket on the way, and then I had the ticket. And I remember that. That sucked. Oh, we were all sold out. I ended up buying someone else's ticket because they did the same thing.
See,
Yeah.
Dave's ticket.
Yeah.
Dave paid $25 for his ticket.
Uh-huh.
And Dave's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can. If no one's, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm like, give me your ticket. I'm like, hey, who wants one? The guy's like, me. How much you got? $60 sold. And then Dave made like a fucking $35 profit.
You should have taken a 20% commission, in my opinion.
I think it bought me something. I think because we were underage, so you couldn't buy me. That was the Lobster Bar. That was Pinchy the Lobster Bar.
Oh yeah, that's
There was like there's a restaurant right next door with a lobster tank.
Raw
you
bar.
pick
Raw
yeah,
bar is what it is.
where you pick your own lobster, and we had all picked out one lobster that we liked, and we all there was like 5 of us. And we're like, that's Pinchy. I want to buy Pinchy and take him home. And then some fucking dude sitting right behind us.
No, you remember who it was though,
The
right?
Andy Warhol looking motherfucker.
Martin Atkins.
Was that Martin?
Yeah.
No! Oh, no way!
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Martin Atkins. He's this guy. He was in this band with John Lydon.
Public Image Limited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Johnny Rotten from the Sex
yeah.
Pistols, his band
Okay.
after the Sex Pistols, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like, he's been like in a bunch of these.
Well, he was in
famous
Nine Inch Nails, Pigface, Killing Joke.
Yeah, and how we found that out is because he always wears the same fucking suit. He's a really recognizable
shit, it
guy.
was him, dude.
And then at the seminar that we went to, he's just like, "Oh, I really like going to the Raw bar and eating lobster." And I'm like, and like it just like snapped in my brain. I'm just
We
like,
were saying the meanest shit about him, though. That's
yeah.
funny, because this is like 4 years before I met the guy. He's
Yeah.
the coolest fucking dude.
Right.
But like we had all picked out Pinchy the lobster, this one lobster that we were like, yeah, this is our lobster. And he ordered that lobster, and we're like, that motherfucker was listening to us, you know? And he's sitting there eating, and we're like, we hope you liked it, you know? Andy Warhol motherfucker, like, just like saying the meanest shit. Like, that's funny. Yeah. That was funny. Sober. I was young.
yeah,
But anyways, we were wearing boots that whole time, and when we got home, my feet also felt like a butt rape.
yeah.
Episode title, felt like a butt rape.
Come on, dude.
No, I'm saying that's what it's going to be.
So I have a question. How often do you guys trim your beards?
Once a week?
Or have a beard?
Hey,
Oh,
I trim it. I trim it, all right?
That's not true.
Yeah, it is. Once a
Just
week.
because Chris doesn't have the Joe Dirt chops, Dave. So for those who can't see, like Dave, he grows like the Joe Dirt beard almost.
Joe Dirte.
I think it's actually his beard is actually like 3 inches long. He just combs it over.
So you don't trim the beard?
Every 2 months. I let it
Every
get
2
out of
months.
control where it's like, like
Fair used to be.
Once a month, maybe.
Once a
I mean,
month?
pretty recently, I did down the sides pretty hardcore, but I hated the way it looked. So.
See, I don't know. Well, Chris, maybe we can relate here. I don't know. I'm debating now because I for work I have to trim my beard like every other day. And
That?
this.
well, he is in food service.
Yeah,
That should be fine though. Like this, I understand because there's like scragglies everywhere.
No. Like I have to trim my beard like every other
Unless
day.
he wants to wear a beard net.
Yeah, and those are fucking ridiculous.
Oh, come
I have
on.
them.
What about a beard beanie?
I should do it because people would stop coming to the fucking deli if I wore that fucking thing.
We had to wear a little.
It's like a whole thing. Yeah.
Dude, okay, for Podstache, for science and Podstache,
For science and
I want you to grow your beard out and start wearing a beard net.
I can't.
For 1 month.
I know.
1 month.
I'm debate. Like my debate is the reason why I asked this is because I'm now thinking about just getting rid of it because
don't do that.
Don't do that.
I don't look good without a beard.
You look
I don't-
you look very good with a beard.
I'm a bum right now, but thank you.
You look very good.
Thank you.
Hello.
But like because I don't know, like when you trim your beard and then you look at your sink and then you're like, God damn it, I gotta clean this goddamn sink. I have to do that every other day, and
That's so weird that you have to. I mean, because it's not that long.
right, but give it like 3 or 4 days and it gets long. You know what I mean? Like I grow quick.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's
should
see, like
do
I'm
that.
jealous
That's a
of you
good
because you grow because
Or
like, I'm
like-
jealous of you two.
yeah.
Or like shave over like the garbage or something, maybe.
I don't
At
know,
work?
No matter what, little pieces
use the
go
meat
everywhere.
shit.
Yeah.
No, little pieces just go everywhere though. Like you can't fucking stop it. It's an unstoppable force.
They were kicking the walls.
They were kicking the walls.
The beard was coming down. I'm jealous of you two because you two grow facial hair. This guy!
Hello.
Mega Mark just walked in.
Another guest for episode 99.
Oh, I didn't make 100?
Get the fuck out.
We went back in time.
Hi. Hello.
Sir, good to see you.
You two grow beards like motherfuckers, like quick as shit. And I'm jealous of that because, like, for me, like, it takes me a bit of time to get it to look even proper. I look like God, I'm going to be so NPC. I look like a Downs baby. I'm just like, I have this big weird face.
I never got that, but
like I look at old pictures of myself when I used to just do a goatee, and I was just like, oh God, why did I ever do that? Like the beard covers so much of that weird fucking face shape, dude. Like
I always like the beard.
I have
'cause
a
it
weird
covers-
head.
It helps the double chin. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
See, I haven't had a shaved face. I mean, it's been a couple of years, and then also I was like 15 pounds heavier, so like I looked like I was 16. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited about football. You know, it's just like, yeah, I look completely different. Like when
I remember.
it's
Yeah.
weird. I don't like it.
I must say,
Dave has something to say.
now that you brought up last shaving,
Get onto a mic.
the
you go.
last time
Thank you,
I
sir.
shaved was for Cancer Boy. the
Oh, man.
wrestler. When
So
I
that's-
just shaved the goatee and I left the.
Dude, that was awesome. Dude, yeah, because you had like the weird, a weird mullet thing in the. It was like a mullet rat tail.
Well, have we ever explained what chemo and Cancer Boy comes from?
I don't know if we
I
ever
don't-
explained
I don't
the
think we have.
story.
I think so.
That's Dave. Everyone on Podstache has met Dave at some point. He has many nicknames. From high school, I used to call him Spider Lord.
Dupa.
My high school girlfriend called him Scary Dave.
Man,
But he's also
72.
but he's also chemo and Cancer Boy, and it was when I was it was like my second or third show with Heart of the Flesh,
Yeah.
and Dave had like broken his foot in a pit,
Oh,
so
yeah.
he had his leg in a cast. No, he didn't even have his leg in a cast by that point. He was walking on crutches, and AOTF had a show at the Yodi Bar.
Yeah.
So Dave decided to shave his head into like a mohawk, but Dave has been balding since he's like 15. So he shaved it, and like he had just like these patchy chunks on his head, and his facial hair grows in better now. God bless him. But back then it was
God
like
bless
Joe
him.
Dirt. Like he had like a patch here and a patch there. So he shows up to the show with this weird patchy shaved bald head with this patchy facial hair on crutches. And we're like, dude, did you just come from chemo? Like,
See,
And,
I've never questioned this story, but the reason I haven't was, I mean, I met you before the Art of the Flesh stuff, but I remember,
you met him back at that party with poop.
yeah. But I don't. That name wasn't around then. I don't believe.
No, oh, no,
but
right, yeah.
but when I saw you for the second time, like right now, you're kind of filled out and you got a little color in your
Fuck are
skin.
you talking about?
Tits are looking great, bro. You're looking good. Looking awesome. But when I saw you, he was a little bit. You were a little more gangly, and you definitely were really pale. So when Cancer Boy came out, I was like, makes sense, and I never questioned it.
Well, but I'm pretty sure that's the funny thing at that show. We were all calling him Cancer Boy and Chemo, and then laughing about it the whole
Yeah.
time. And I know people like overheard us, and like they thought we were literally calling a cancer patient like Chemo, like what's up, Chemo? Like, you know. So they thought we were like the biggest asshole metal band in the world.
Dude.
Like, cancer's funny. You know, like, this guy's got it. He thinks it's funny. Like, cancer is not funny.
I think up until about like 20 seconds ago, I did not know that you did not have cancer.
The legs, I'm telling him, yeah, he's like, oh, you better some people. I'm like, yeah, Cancer Boy will be there. So.
And like,
Oh, is it okay if I call him that?
I think I just pushed the term.
Hi, Dave.
You're looking good.
Is it okay to call him that?
Guys, we shouldn't smoke around Dave. But he's smoking. No.
No.
You're a monster.
It's so cold.
Oh, God. I don't hope you get cancer, but I want to see you, like, in full, like, scrubs one day. Like,
No, you, oh my, well,
Just
like
for a
when I
joke,
picked him up
like-
when I picked him up from the hospital, dude. Oh my god,
That's
when I
right.
picked him up from the hospital, yeah, because he had just got done fucking being fried.
he fell in a bonfire
Yeah.
face first, and he literally crawled out of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you not heard that story?
You haven't
No.
heard about that?
Oh my god. Go. Yeah, I mean, were you there when he fell in the fire? Or?
That's the thing. I was in the bedroom.
One that saw it.
I was in the bedroom snowboarding, and somebody came in and said, "Dude, Dave fell in the fire," and I'm like, "I've seen that happen 5 other times." And I ground a sweet rail.
Oh, snowboarding!
Snowboarding. I didn't know he was actually hurt until I looked in the bathroom and I saw Dave like tweaking out in the tub.
Dude,
Which is funny now because you're alive. Like, his skin was like peeling off and shit, dude. It was weird,
the
man.
smell of it was like burnt hot dog.
Oh,
Dun 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 dun.
No, the smell of live flesh.
Oh,
Fucking disgusting, dude.
I just got
We might
weird.
as well tell the hilarious like opium story. Like that night, like,
Oh yes.
because Nick was there that night. Nick was the driver that tried to drive Dave to the hospital. Nick, tell the story. You haven't talked on Podstache like fucking ever.
Which one?
The opium about Dave and his opium.
There's something funny about illicit drugs.
Hey, come on.
Point proven.
There you go.
We talking about the pot?
Yeah, tell him about after you guys took Dave from the party to drive to the hospital.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Wouldn't be
Soundboard
boring.
is new to him.
It's okay. It's funny.
Okay, well, shit. Got Dave in the car. Oh my god.
sorry. Mark's never heard the soundboard. So, sorry.
Now we know.
Well, let's get these out of the way. Hold on.
So I'm bringing Dave to the hospital, and he's gonna do some stuff.
Give me a nice little kick in the ass.
Damn, damn, damn!
Yes.
Yes.
Put it in your mouth. Try that.
Yeah, put it in your mouth. Secrets. Let's rock. Bunkers.
Okay, go ahead. Tell the opium story.
So this is after Dave fell in the fire. This is after Dave fell in the fire, and he came out of the bathtub, and his flesh is in our bathtub. Continue.
Okay, so we wrap David up in our shirts, and we run out to the car, and we start heading to the hospital at like really high speeds. And we're in the car, and I'm in the back seat. Dave's in the front, and he's starting to go into shock, kind of shivering a little bit. And he looks back at me. He's like, "Nick, did you bring the opium?" I was like, "Yeah, I got it here." And he's like, "Okay, cool. You got the pipe." And I start searching. I'm looking in my pockets. I'm looking in my coat and everything. And I look at him like, "Dave, I didn't bring the pipe." And so Dave continues to go on as, "You forgot the fucking pipe!" And yeah, it got crazy.
So the moral is that drugs can be a good thing. So like seriously, that's the thing. The only thing that kept Dave from going into shock was smoking opium.
Well, how did he smoke it?
On a pipe.
But they didn't have a
They
pipe.
forgot exactly. So Dave started going into shock. I'm Dave. I fell into a fire.
But because I remember Dave didn't want to go to the hospital for the life of him, and then but Nick and Al were there, and they're like, because they're both,
I was yelling for Nick. I was like, "Give me my EMT."
yeah, because Nick and Al are EMTs, and they're like, yeah, he's gonna go into shock. Like, you need to get him to the hospital, like now.
Right.
Dude, I don't want to go out.
See, he's in shock.
I will say, dude, visiting Dave in the burn ward, that was the dude. Like Dave's room was pretty funny because
There's
Dave
a ward in a hospital called the burn ward,
Oh yeah.
like specifically designed for burns.
Oh dude. To get in there, you have to wash every piece of exposed skin and wear booties and a full gown and like a mask. Dave's room looked like the most fun room in the place. Let me tell you that because
Dave clowns
no,
and
Dave was awake and he's like, "Hey!" And like I gave him some magazines, like some movies to watch. But like walking to his room, I was just like in constant like terror because every other room that had a person in it was like someone wrapped from toe to head, and they're like spots all over, like they're gooey bandage, and they're just like, "Kill me!" And I was just like, dude, I'm pretty sure if it was, well, that's the fucked up thing. Even in those rooms, they have like weird, like you've seen like fire chamber things for like special effects shit, where it's the plastic doors, where the fire thing goes off and the doors kind of blow out, so the fire doesn't be contained and get the oxygen. They blow so it blows out and shit. all the burn ward doors are these weird, like, you see on special effects TV shows where the doors blow off on purpose. All the burn ward hospital doors have those on them. So, like, in my mind, I'm like, dude, are they expecting these people to, like, spontaneously combust, like, at any given moment? Like,
No, they're super prone to infection. It's like one giant open sore. Like,
well, right.
Yeah.
But that's the fucked up part is there was a gap between the floor and the door.
All right,
like, so, like,
here's your yogurt.
I am so hot right now. You have no idea how hot I am right now. Dude.
Nurse, I got to fart. Oh, we got to go on her.
And then just down from the burn ward is actually TV's Batman, or I'm sorry, Robin, Burt Ward.
Bert.
Hello, Brian. My nickname is Bert.
And we're good for this episode. So
And scene.
We'll see you at 100, all right?
See you later. Hey.
Hey.
Smoke, there you go. I need to run to an ATM.
What's up?
I need to run to an ATM.
You do not, actually.
Really?
Because I have a card swiper with me.
Ooh! Nice!
Yeah.
All right,
So the
then.
funny thing is that I thought to myself, like, maybe I should bring that just in case.
You think of me properly.
Just right here.